What's good, YouTube? It's your man Rage King back with another one. Yes, another upload to the channel. And before we get started, actually, if y'all please go down there and hit that like button, hit that sub button, hit that share button, hit that bell for notifications if you're new. Welcome to Realm of Rage TV. This is how we do Rage and Rebels. Crown up. And if you're new to the crew, welcome to the Rage and Rebel Revolution. Now let's vibe. And y'all, IGN just dropped some news that I think everybody that plays Call of Duty, whether you're sweat at it, whether you play it casually, I think they just dropped some news that everybody involved with the Call of Duty franchise must hear. What am I talking about? Allow me to show you what's up. Right here on the IGN page. You see right here, it ain't no my optical illusion, ain't no black magic, ain't no Photoshop. As you see right here, it says Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 single player campaign review, mundane warfare. Wow, those are some very strong words right here. So we got an article here. We're going to read, we're going to react to get more details on why they call the Modern Warfare 3 single player campaign mundane warfare. All right, so let's get into it. Modern Warfare 3 has perhaps the worst Call of Duty single player campaign I've played. It's shallow, dull, and plays less like the greatest hits and more like underbaked cover versions of missions past. It's too busy looking back at former glories rather than focusing on making any new moments worth remembering, wrapped up in a borderline incoherent story with nothing to say. It's funny how they said that because even while I was playing the beta not too long ago, I said almost the exact same thing about online. The only thing, in my opinion, that could have possibly saved this game and made it any worthwhile was the single player campaign. And as you're already hearing right now, campaign just ain't it, alright? The only part we haven't seen in a campaign before falls flat, bizarrely cobbling together pieces of the Warzone mode into actively bad sandbox missions, abandoning all of what made Call of Duty so great at its peak, and instead delivering a dull string of missions that amount to a thoroughly disappointing handful of hours. Wow, y'all done found a way, damn Call of Duty, y'all done found a way to piss off IGN? Y'all done found a way to piss off IGN? Wow. Sledgehammer Games' big new addition this time around is the introduction of open combat missions, which make up half of the story's chapters. They're multi-objective arenas that aim to let you tackle tasks in any order and by whatever method suits your play style best. Unfortunately, they're symptomatic of Modern Warfare 3's flawed approach as a whole, opting for a thin veil of openness and choice over Call of Duty's once trademark blockbuster storytelling. It's a shame because you can see a scenario where these missions could have reached the heights of 2019's Lights Out, a great example of how to handle non-linear objectives in a first-person shooter level. But unfortunately, that high mark is missed here. They rarely feel curated or authored, but instead are just spaces you're dropped into and basically told to make your own fun. Wow, unbelievable. This sandbox approach doesn't fit what I'm looking for in a Call of Duty single player story at all, and feels at odds with what made the original Modern Warfare trilogy the height of cinematic shooters. More than ever, this year's campaign bears an uncomfortable resemblance to its multiplayer companion, as Warzone and DMZ's open world approach bleeds further into the level design to its detriment. Modern Warfare 3 even relies on the same mechanics, scavenging for better weapons and gear from stashes and tailoring your loadout at a drop box, communicated by a near identical UI. If I wanted this, I'd just drop into the Battle Royale solo and run around opening boxes and fighting enemies that are actually interesting. Damn, IGN putting fire to y'all ass. It does give you a bit more freedom when it comes to approaching each mission as you scour weapons caches for new tools to do the job with. Choosing whether to go loud or quiet does create a veil of stamping your own style onto things, but no matter how stealthily you approach the situation, you're only really delaying the inevitable firefights against seemingly endlessly spawning enemies. And once you are spotted, you have a near impossible job trying to lose them. Wow. Call of Duty, how far you have fallen, bro. It's just off. It all just feels hastily put together and fairly cookie cutter when it comes to actual variety or innovation. So it's pretty much copy and paste from games past. That's crazy. There's an interesting idea in here somewhere, but it all just feels hastily put together and fairly cookie cutter when it comes to actual variety or innovation. These are criminally all solo character missions too, with communication to team members limited to radio chatter. As a result, there's zero sense of camaraderie. Zero sense of camaraderie, as the original Call of Duty pillar of squad mentality and fighting with your AI teammates is brought crashing down. With 3 practically identical objectives to be completed in each of these open combat missions, they'll all end up blending into a rinse and repeat experience. I felt like I was playing over and over, just in different locations. I did discover occasional joy in figuring out alternative methods to complete some tasks, such as finding a mortar strike and using it to destroy one of the 3 enemy helicopters instead of defaulting to the provided C4. One particular chapter, titled High Rise, managed to deliver relatively consistent excitement as I ascended multiple floors of an apartment building, hunting down a target the raid style. But in all honesty, the enjoyment I garnered from this mission type was fleeting, and I soon found myself producing a small audible sigh each time the words "Open Combat Mission" appeared on the screen. So sad. So sad. There are a handful of more traditional Call of Duty style linear missions though, and those offer more consistent fun, but they have neither great highs nor lows. The best is a journey across a frozen tundra involving a snowstorm decorated shootout at a shipyard. One stealth-focused mission delivers very faint echoes of the COD classic, all gillied up, thanks to its potential for 2-for-1 headshots. But as many imitators have found out since, sniping and a whole lot of laying down in the grass does not necessarily a great mission make, failing to capture the same level of tension that iconic mission provided. So y'all can't, even when y'all cookie cuttering and y'all copy and pasting, y'all still can't even copy and paste correctly. That's ridiculous. The campaign's opener takes place in a dark, rainy gulag transplanted directly from Warzone's Vandesk map. It holds promise and can't help but conjure up memories of the original Modern Warfare 2's Captain Price rescue mission, but it sadly never reaches the same level of excitement, due to enemy encounters being incredibly simplistic in nature. Once again, this proves how much this campaign is caught between trying to look to the past for familiar thrills and failing when looking forward and creating new mission types. And also, y'all, to end the video, look at the rating IGN gave Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. Check this out. You can't make this up. You can't make this up. On a scale of 1 to 10, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 single player campaign mode gets a 4. A 4, which is bad. And here's the statement they made after they gave this a 4. Underbaked, rehashed, and cobbled together from multiplayer parts, Modern Warfare 3 single player campaign is everything a Call of Duty story mode shouldn't be. Should not be. Activision. It's about time y'all wake up and smell the coffee, bro. Just because you're the most popular first-person shooter don't mean you get to get away with giving out trash. And that seems to be the norm going forward. Y'all companies, y'all AAA development companies gave games like Baldur's Gate so much shit and telling them they're making unrealistic expectations for their fans when all they did was do right by their fans, gave them a complete game at release. Everything in the game worked and it was fun to play for the people that like that type of game. Why can't y'all do the same when you have a considerably larger budget, you have a bigger legacy, and you have all the people that you need or you should need to get the job done. And yet at the end of the day, you find all the ways to not get it done. As Blame Truth said it best, shout out to Blame Truth, you AAA development companies want all the money. You want all the money. You want to siphon every single penny out of your fan base that you can, but you don't want to earn one bit of it. You don't want to earn it. You don't want to earn it. How is it that you have billions of dollars in budget, yet you can't produce a good game? I will never understand it. And to be honest, it's about time IGN start putting their foot down and start telling the truth on how bad these games have been getting, like I have been shouting to the moon and back for the past 4 years, no pun intended. There is no reason you have better gen systems which are superior in every way. You have more talented coders and more talented people at the helm to make games, more talented programmers. You have larger programming groups than ever before, and yet all you can do at the end of the day is program trash with microtransactions in it, which are nothing more than pieces of the game that should already be there. And it's simply pathetic. Pathetic. The gaming industry with AAA development companies, particularly in the Western world, at best, are simply pathetic. But that's just my opinion. Y'all let me know down in the comment section what y'all think about the IGN review giving them a 4, meaning Call of Duty Modern Warfare's single player campaign mode, man. Long as y'all may respect and logical, we can have a conversation. But that's the end of my video. Hope y'all enjoyed. It's been a pleasure making it for you, and I will catch y'all in the next one. Goodbye.